this is Charmaine Ironside, the creator and coach at the Diet Dropout online training. And today I want to share with you the real nitty-gritty reasons why dieting will never work for you. It's probably never worked for you in the past, and maybe you've lost a few pounds on a diet but always regained the weight back. 95% of dieters, they ditch some weight, but then they gain it all back, plus usually more within a year. So I want to just really get you to understand why diets don't work now and they'll never work in the future, and hopefully get you to realize that there is a better way to release body fat without restricting and scratching and clawing and not being able to have freedom around food. So there's 7 really strong reasons. There's hundreds of reasons why diets stink, but here's 7 reasons why they really do not work. So number 1 is they're fake and they're impossible to maintain. So you know how it feels. Oh, I'm eating so healthy, I'm on this new diet. Oh, but there's a birthday dinner for my best friend tomorrow night. Oh man, what am I going to eat? And then you start to just realize that life is going to keep happening. Birthday parties are going to keep happening. Christmas is going to keep coming every year. Easter's going to keep coming every year. Halloween's going to keep coming every year. Opportunities to eat really delicious food are going to keep coming at you. Not to mention stressful weeks that end up with you eating takeout. I eat takeout at least every Friday because that is part of the ritual and something I love in my life. And diets don't allow for that. So I really want to show you that there is a way to live in your best body without dieting. So other than dieting being fake and impossible to maintain if you just live a real life, is that they can damage our metabolism. And this is kind of one of the most concerning things. If you go low enough in calories, your body actually goes into fat preservation mode. So it makes it literally impossible for you to release body fat. And even if your body doesn't go into that preservation mode and does release some fat on the diet, after you stop the diet and you start eating normally, your body is just going to suck up all the calories and it's going to hold as much fat as possible because it's afraid that you're going to starve it again. So that is another reason diets really don't work, because it has to be a slow, gradual thing so your body can get used to the new amount of food instead of really being this restrictive, crazy thing that's impossible to maintain and your body actually rebels against you. So the third reasons that diets don't work is they really lead our spirits to revolt. So humans are designed for pleasure. We either seek pleasure or we seek to avoid pain. And dieting is painful and it's not fun at all. And our spirits are wired to enjoy bliss. And so if we, deprive ourselves for long enough, as soon as we stop, as soon as we let, the reins off, we go crazy. And I've done it. I'm sure you've probably done it too, when you said no chocolate, no wine, I'm going to go low, I'm going to do all these things low calorie. And then as soon as you sort of let yourself go, you go crazy, more than you ever would have eaten if you had just continued to eat a healthy way. So I'm all about sustainable change, but I also believe there's room for carrot cake and chocolate and wine every day if it's in small amounts, eaten mindfully, and you incorporate some exercise in your life as well. So our spirits matter. We have to be happy. What's the point of living if we're just miserable all the time? So the next thing is that diets do not take into consideration that everybody needs different types of food to thrive. So as soon as somebody starts telling me, oh, paleo, ketogenic, oh, you need to try this, you should do this, I just run in the other direction because they don't know me, they don't know my body. I don't want to eat what you eat. I don't want to eat what someone else tells me to eat. I want to eat what my body likes and what makes me thrive. And sure, there's certain principles like eat more vegetables and drink more water that universally everyone will benefit from. But maybe a really high protein, high meat diet works great for somebody, but for someone else, they're gassy all the time and they're holding all these excess pounds because of it. So there's not one size fits all, and that's why I'm very leery of people that have a very dogmatic, strict approach to eating, because there's not one way of eating that works for everybody. The next thing is that diets tell us that certain foods are bad or they're forbidden. And this kind of ties into my earlier one, but if you tell yourself something is forbidden, what happens? if you say don't think about white elephants, what do you think about? You think about what you're not supposed to think about. And that's actually proven. So if you say I'm not allowed chocolate, chocolate is bad, your mind actually focuses on wanting chocolate more than it would if you just felt neutral about the subject. So when you say you can't have something, it actually makes your mind want it more. So it's not a helpful thing. And the last couple ones are the most powerful, but stress. Dieting equals stress. You know, having to have a certain meal plan, having to portion control everything, having to weigh and measure your food, blah, blah, blah. That adds a layer of stress to your life that is not helpful in any way, shape, or form. So I personally do not believe any of us need another layer of stress in our lives. I believe eating should be joyful and intuitive, and you need to eat what your body loves and what your mouth loves, and following a diet does not involve any of that good stuff. So stress actually causes our body to hold fat, especially at the midsection. And we don't want that. So why would we add something to our life that is another stressor? It makes no sense. Dieting is stressful. We don't need more stress. In fact, a lot of my clients in my fitness and nutrition coaching, I find stress is the number one thing that's keeping them from their fat release goals. Keeping them from their body of their dreams is because they're too stressed and they work so much and they're so hard on themselves that they just have all this stress hormone, cortisol going around in their body, and it's actually forcing their body to hold fat, when if they just relaxed a little bit around food and in life, they would release the fat so much easier. And the final reason why diets don't work is that they are a Band-Aid solution. So it's like putting a Band-Aid on a bigger problem. It's like taking a medication but not fixing the underlying reason. It's just fixing a symptom, which is that your body is not how you want it to look and you're holding excess weight. That's the symptom. So you're fixing that by starving yourself or dieting, but you're not actually solving the deeper reasons why you eat. So a lot of people eat for emotional reasons: sadness, boredom, loneliness, stress. A lot of people eat just for old habitual reasons. There's so many triggers that make us eat when we're not physically hungry. And so if we think that dieting and starving ourselves or restricting our calories is going to be the final solution to end all solutions, we are wrong. And so what I love to look at in myself and help my clients realize is that if you don't look at why you're eating and you only focus on what you're eating, you will remain in the diet roller coaster yo-yo cycle. But if you can go a little deeper and figure out what your triggers are, what really gets you to eat when you're not really hungry, you will escape the diet trap. So for me, a big trigger for me is grief. If I feel sad, that was not an emotion I was taught how to process as a child. So sadness equals you go eat cookies and ice cream. And so that's been a habit I've had to recircuit for myself. Another one for me is stress. And this is not just emotionally, but it's actually physiologically proven that if you are under chronic stress, you hold more body fat, but you also crave more carbs. And so I've had to really work on some stress relief mechanisms and things like that. So I love to show women how to release fat without dieting by looking at why they're eating, and also how. So I love to talk about mindful eating, slowing down around your food. And so it's not a Band-Aid approach. I do not believe in wasting your time and money and energy on dieting because it's proven to not work long term, but I do believe in a deeper, more loving approach to fat release. So thanks for watching. Those are my 7 reasons why dieting doesn't work today and will never work for you. And tomorrow I will share an awesome tip about how to handle emotional eating and how to get out of that emotional eating trap. Because if you are eating whenever you're feeling strong emotions, then it's going to be pretty hard to ditch any excess weight. And so I'm excited to share with you some game-changing tips on how to overcome emotional eating. So have a fabulous day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!